There we go. Bear with, callers, bear with. And we're there. Right. So, Sarah, hello. Could you say hello so I can check your microphone? Yes, you're there. Gail, hello. Can you say hello?
Hello.
There we go. We're all good. I didn't turn it on this time. It was the fact that it had disconnected itself in all of the discombobulation. We've all had a right carry on today. There's just massive updates being required left, right and centre. But Sarah, first of all, how was the birthday party?
It was amazing. It's been a crazy week, to be honest. But yes, it's been lovely. We had the counter sale on Thursday, which was our actual birthday, and then we had the party on Friday night. So yeah, which was lovely. I was just saying, I'm too old to be dancing like that anymore. My thighs still hurt, but surprisingly got away without any hangover, which was incredible. Despite the amount of drinks people get by me.
This means she's either hair of the dog the way through the next day.
I was teaching a class all day yesterday, so I couldn't. It was coffee and croissants is what I survived on.
So what you're saying was given the option, you would have done. Just continued on.
I saw your class and your lovely mantle cover. So is that something? Are you doing that today, or are you doing it for?
It was just a class, but I will. I'll probably do it on like a 1 o'clock or something, a bit towards the end of November, or something, or an online class for those people who couldn't necessarily get to a in-person class. But yeah, it came out really well, and everybody finished, which was great.
Yeah, it was really pretty, and it had Rick Rack on there, which was right up my street.
A little bit of Rick Rack, a little bit of pom poms.
Yeah.
Jingle bells.
You can never have too much Rick Rack or pom poms in my world.
We do need to point out, obviously, Nicola has got a lot taller and a lot more Welsh.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
your hair for change.
Nicola couldn't make it today, so we called in reinforcements in the shape of Gail from Endless Threads. So she is with us for today. Andy will be doing some lovely demos as well. I will warn you now, I have no demos. I've been doing various bits and pieces down at work for the last 2 or 3 days, just to kind of prep for some stuff. And I've got nowhere near. Nowhere near. It's just been a bit. This year has just been. It's just flown by.
Oh, I can't believe it's nearly Christmas. Honestly, I don't know if anybody else is even vaguely ready, but I haven't even thought about Christmas yet. And well, that's as close as I've thought about Christmas was the quilt along we've been doing. But yeah, how is it November?
It's mad, isn't it?
I think we probably need to draw a line under this conversation. But I think for all of us over the last year, what with the debacle that happened with the ending of one company, I think we all had to hit the ground running, didn't we? Yeah. So I think we were all busy trying to scramble to do so much stuff that all of a sudden I'm just like, I can't believe a year has gone by since that happened.
Yeah.
And
isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think most of us have struggled. I would imagine, I'm speaking for us all, but it's been really hectic, hasn't it? Because we've all had to like jig our businesses a little bit to fit in with a new way of working, and it's been really hectic. So no, I'm not organised for Christmas. I was barely organised for this.
Glad I'm not the only one.
I think the only one I have done is I've sorted Matt, because for his birthday he got a new golf bag to put his golf clubs in,
nice.
And then I also got him the trolley and told him that was for his Christmas present, and all he was getting now was sweets. So he's sorted, but there's still everybody else.
Sounds like a plan, love.
All you're getting is sweets now, which seems perfectly reasonable. You've already had a golf trolley in a bag. What more do you want? So what else have you? Well, tell us about your party as well. So you've said you were about the dancing, but who was there? What was going on?
Oh, we had lots and lots of customers came, which was lovely. Anne made the most incredible birthday cake. She just did an amazing job on it. It had lights and everything on it.
Lights in a
Gail.
cake? Yeah, I am paying attention. I'm just going to go and grab the comments at the same time.
She did a fantastic job. There was about 75 people came. Gail came, Marie from So Enchanting came down, Sasha from Sasha Sews was there, Adam Humphreys came as well. Lots of friends and family, lots of customers. We're feeling very loved at the moment. There was food, there was dancing, there was a raffle. It was good fun had by all.
Excellent.
Anyway, I had a good time. I hope you guys all had a good time, those of you who came.
I had a great time.
Checking in the comments, we've got lots and lots of hellos and things, so we will kind of get through you guys shortly. But I mean, 10 years.
I know.
Where's that gone?
It's absolutely flown by. Genuinely, it has. I mean, I remember still, it's clear as day, getting the keys to the shop and being like, walking into the shop thinking, oh, this is disgusting, because it was filthy. It was a guitar shop, and he used to spray paint, like, you know, the fronts of guitars and stuff with designs. So there was just paint all up the walls. It was just horrendous. And we're like, what are we doing? And then 10 years later, we're doing this. We're still here, still all nonsense. But yeah, it's
Actually, thinking about it, I know Gail had mentioned obviously that we all had to kind of, you know, adjust business strategies about 12 months ago. That was about when this started, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was about November time.
Yeah.
We should have had an anniversary party for this.
Oh,
There we go. There's something for you to organise, Hayley.
brilliant. I just need more stuff to do, Gail. I was short of stuff to do there.
I passed the buck nicely there, even though I was there on the first one with you. I
know.
You're a born organiser, Hayley.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. A button pusher. Maybe not organiser, maybe just button pusher.
Yeah. I think November was our first Secret Sewing Club, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. No,
Again, that's evolved, because again, in the beginning it was like, oh no, we've got to all do something, so we did, and now that's kind of evolved and changed, and now we're doing kind of once a month on that, because it just, things have got so busy for everybody, which is brilliant. And it's really good that a lot of people have been able to bounce back from what happened, because it's all in the past now, isn't it? I think we've all moved on.
We've moved on. We've got through it, but yeah, this year has been busiest yet. Absolutely crazy. You know, I think Sewing Street's been brilliant for us. You know, and we've doing so many shows and stuff on there, which has been fab. But just generally, the shop's busier, the website's busier. Sarah keeps saying to me, "Are you trying to kill me? Are you trying to kill me? What are you doing? Why have you put something else in?" I'm like, because I don't like to say no to anything. That's you never know what the next opportunity is going to be, so you can't really say
no. You don't. So you've got to kind of go for it, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, what do you want to tell us a little bit about what you've got coming up? And then I do believe, Sarah, you're first in for demonstration today.
No. Fair enough.
And a little bit later on, Dan from Hobbycraft TV is going to come and join us. So we look forward to having a little catch up with him. But it'll be, I think it's about 2:45, 3 o'clock-ish that he's coming to join us. So if you guys want to tell us what you've got today, and then we'll hop across to Sarah for her first demonstration.
Lovely. Gail, go for it. What have you got coming up today?
Right. So I'm having a little clear out. So I've got a few little bargains for you all. So I'm thinking stockings. It's that time of year. So we've got the reindeer stocking. I'm going to do a little demo on these. The little snowman stocking and the little Santa stocking. Now, these were £24.99. They're now £12.50.
So
so I've reduced them to half price. There's limited number of them. There's nothing wrong with them, and I may continue to do these at a later time, but I'm on Sewing Street next week, and I really need some space to pack other kits. So I've got those on at half price. Also at half price, I've got snowballs. These will retire this year. but I got the 2 little snowballs on there, so they're on there as well, at half price, full kit. Later I'll show you what's in the kits, because all the embellishments and everything are in there. I had to bring you something new, so this is my little penguin. So he's called Winter Waddle, because they sort of waddle along, and he's feeling a little bit chilly, so he's got a little hot water bottle to keep him warm and a little hat. So there's a full kit for that, and there is a couple of pound discount on him as well. What else have I got?
And just to remind everybody, there's no central point through Secret Sewing Club to buy things. You do need to go to the individual websites. So if you're looking for Gail's kits, then you head to Endless Threads. Are you .co.uk? I think you are. I think I had you up just before. Hang on 1 second.
I can't remember.
Endless Thread Designs, endlessthreaddesign.com you are. There you go. And if you're looking for Sarah stuff, you go on to White Gecko. Are you the whole thing? whitegecko.craftlounge.co.uk.
Longest website address in the world.
Yeah, it is. So yes, you'll find everything there, and I will show you what we've got later on as well.
And I tried to be good and put it all in the Secret Sewing Club
category. Good
so
work.
If you go down the drop-down menu where it says categories, if you go to the Secret Sewing Club, I have pushed all the stuff that I'm going to show today all into there, but feel free to look anywhere else.
And I will show that a little bit later on and show everybody kind of where everything is. And Sarah, what have you got today?
I've got some clearance items, and I've got the most beautiful new range from Macara as well. But because it's our birthday and it's kind of the last little bit of our birthday celebrations, I've got a discount code for you guys. So it's it takes 10% off everything on the website, apart from like gift vouchers and classes and retreats. But products on our website.
What's the code? And I'll try and get you a graphic done while you're doing a demonstration.
10 and then B day.
10 B day. Right, got it. Okay, I'll switch. I will switch over to you. You can do your first demonstration. While you're doing that, I will try and get you a graphic up that has your code on.
Thank you, my lovely.
All right,
yes, indeed.
Over to you.
Hi. Hello, my lovelies. I'm still prepping my demo, but it's okay. You're gonna bear with me. I've been a bit busy. What I'm going to do first of all is just take you through some of the items we've got. They are all in the Secret Sewing category on our website, which is obviously whitegecko.craftlounge.co.uk. A lot of it is reduced already, but you can then get that further 10% off, which is today only. I'm taking it off at midnight, okay? So it's just for the last little bit of our birthday. So it's the number 10, 10, and then BDAY, 10 birthday, but not with the birth bit, just a BDAY. But I'll pop it in the comments in a moment. I did just see a question actually from Helen. Is the cafe part of the lounge closed down now? Now I know why you called it lounge. Yeah, we haven't had the cafe since COVID. Frankly, I filled it with fabric. We got too busy over COVID and we got rid of the cafe bit. Obviously, people couldn't come in anyway. So yeah, we got rid of that bit and we never reinstated it because I needed the space. And also we've got the most incredible cafe in Delhi right across the road from us that's opened up, so you can get tea and coffee there and then come fabric shopping. It's also a lounge of lizards, which is why it's a craft lounge as well. So one of the collective nouns for lizards is a lounge, and obviously a gecko is a lizard, blah blah blah, all that stuff. But yeah,
Sarah,
yes,
just before we crack on, can I just clarify with your code, is it case sensitive?
No, it's not.
Okay, no problem. I'm on it. Cool. Bye.
Cheers. Right, so I'm going to go over to the overhead first before we do a demo and just show you some of the things that we've got on today. A lot of them are all reduced and everything, so I'm hoping these cameras are working because I did have a massive update and I managed to get on with Hayley and Gail about 30 seconds before we came on air, which was all good fun. So I'm just going to just make sure that this is all working, which hopefully it is. Let me just open up the secret. You can see me. Brilliant. Okay, cool. Fabulous. Yeah, I can see it now. It's the camera's updated. There we go. It's moved over. So this is a little Moda Christmas panel. It's called Buona Natalia, I think it is. Really, really pretty little sort of like vintage Christmas card looking. All these little designs. So they kind of range size-wise. I mean, that one's sort of like 4.5 by 3.5. Yeah, I mean, that's 4 by 4.5 there. So you've got this beautiful, hang on, let me move that out of the way, panel. Okay, these are reduced, they're down to £6. I think this would be beautiful to make your own advent calendar. You could cut these out and actually make them into the pockets of your own calendar. Just put them on a nice background fabric and you could make it all lovely. And saying the code is B-Day. It's with the number 10 before the B-Day, Anne. Okay. I will put it in the comments in a second. And I know Hayley's working on it for me. Brilliant. So yeah, they were £12.95 a panel. They're down to £6. So that's the first item. We've got Delphine Brooks applique panels, the safari ones. I've got just a very few of these left. In fact, some of you have already found these on the thing. We have got, if I just come to the close-up, we've got the zebra, we've got the rhino. I haven't got a giraffe left. This one's already sold because I only had 2 of those. We've got an elephant, we've got the lion, and we've got the impala or gazelle. I'm not sure quite what he is. But they were £12.95. Again, these are down to £6. But using the code, you'd also get a further 10% off these, okay? I will just open this one up so you can have a little look at it. This is her safari range, and we've got, like I said, only a few of these left. You've got all these beautiful, beautiful fabrics, which you're going to use for your applique sections. And then you've got your base here. It's the bit you actually applique onto. So you're going to trace around these with Bond Web, okay? And then you're going to pop it, use these fabrics that all are included in the panel. There we go. So that you end up with something that looks like that, okay? Now, actually, Marie from So Enchanting did one of them for me. And I forgot to pick it up. It's in the shop. But rather than having to blanket stitch around all of these pieces, because I mean they're all quite decent sized pieces, but rather than having to blanket stitch around them, she used the Heat and Bond Ultra, which is the really, really strong one, put them all down and then just quilted over the whole thing. She didn't need to blanket stitch. So if you don't want to have to deal with all the blanket stitching or free motion stitching, you could do that. But those are reduced down to £6. Our White Gecko scrap packs, there's 2 meters of fabric by weight in there. There's a variety of different shapes and sizes. Nothing is, no a set size in there, but you've got 2 meters of fabric by weight. They're down to £5 as well. Again, you can take the 10% off. We've got
your 10% code is now on the top of your screen.
Thank you very much. We've got a couple of these left. We overcut these for Sewing Street. So I think I've got 4 of one and 6 of the other. You've got the curvy alphabet pattern, plus you've got 13 fat quarters. Okay, so in this one it's all Alison Glass, so it's Macawa Alison Glass. You've got 13 fat quarters in there. I love that script, that blush pink. You've got more than enough to do the whole of this quilt. And then we've also got one that is a batik, which is all these beautiful, beautiful bright batiks. They're all fat quarters. They are down to £30. They were £49.99. Okay, but again, I'm just clearing, a bit like Gail, clearing out some older bits. These are brand new though, these ones, and this isn't reduced. These are because they've literally came in the shop on Thursday. This is a new range from Andover. So Macawa and Andover is just Macawa in America, basically. Same company, different names. They've just started doing pre-cuts for the first time because they haven't done them for absolutely years and years. And this is incredible. It's called Golden. It's got the most beautiful, beautiful. It's all gold metallic accents on it. Stunning, stunning geometrics throughout the whole thing. And all of these are actual gold metallic on there. It's stunning. It feels like they did a range years ago called Rhapsody, which is very reminiscent of Love this. This feels like a Klimt painting, Gustav Klimt painting. It's just scrumptious. And you're going through all these stunning, rich, like autumny colours. I love these wave designs. You've got it's almost like Zentangle with paper crafting in there. We've got these in layer cakes, jelly rolls, and charm packs. We have got it on the bolt as well. That one I think is incredible. You see that one, guys? It's all gold, sort of like you sat and squirreled away with your pencil. We've got this, in layer cakes. We've got charm packs, and we've got jelly rolls. Okay, they are normally $44.95 for the jelly roll and layer cake, $13.95 for the charm, but you can get 10% off until midnight tonight. I've also done, which I'm using for demo, so it's chucked over there somewhere. I've done a long quarter bundle of ourselves, okay, which gives you 12 long quarters of the fabrics. I'll see if I can dig them out now. Hang on. There we go. I've been cutting these up because I've been using them for demo. But you've got 12 different fabrics in the long quarter bundle for £30. Okay, so again, you can take that 10% off on top. Okay, and we've got some other waves too. We're going to be demoing with this in a moment. And last but not least, Hayley might recognise these because I think she cut these. I've got two new.
I couldn't possibly say.
I've got two new stitching strip sets. That is really hard to say. This is the chambray one, which on camera does not look like anything, but I've done this up as a spiral bargello. This is some of these are actually going on to Sewing Street next Monday, week tomorrow. Oh God, that's come around quickly. But they are just beautiful. They're all chambrays. There's 14 in the pack. They are width of fabric, so 44 inches wide. They are £16. I've also got the mixed metallics one, which is a Robert Kaufman. We have had this on the bolt, and we had full jelly rolls of these. But you've got, again, 14 strips, 2.5 inches wide. They're also £16, which is just scrumptious. And then this is called Night Fable. And these are actually 5-inch wide ones, these ones. You've got 7, so it's the same amount of fabric as these. Okay, you've got 7 in there rather than 14 because they're 5 inches wide instead of 2.5. But you want that 5-inch in order to be able to see the incredible design on this. It's like let me just see if I can come closer. There we go. It's like the lights are on, the mushrooms, little toadstools. You've got butterflies. It's like a fairy garden. I mean, look at that one. It's gorgeous, absolutely scrumptious. And then you've got coordinates that go with it. So you've got beautiful purple with little butterflies. You've got like a night sky there. You've got more butterflies in that one. You've got that one, which is all the little dandelions. But they look like they've got lights on. It's so pretty. And then there's another butterfly one in the blue. And then that one, which is actually like a night sky. And that's got little tiny bits of gold on it, gold metallic on it. So those are also £16. So I think that's everything that I've actually got to show you. It should all be on the website in the Secret Sewing Club section. But I thought we'd do a little demo today because I just wanted to play around with the golden fabrics. So I thought we'd do, and I'm really into strip sets at the moment, cutting strip sets and what you can do with them. Oh, you keep losing sound, Nikki. Does anybody else keep losing sound, or is it just up?
There's nothing flagging up on my end that there's an issue, but I will keep an eye on it.
Nikki, it might just be yours, lovely. Sometimes it's worth coming out and coming back into the live. It can help. But I think if everyone else is okay, then we'll be fine. What we're going to do is a little demo to create this kind of thing. Okay, now I'm halfway through putting this demo together. I'm using the what are they called? Hang on, I've got to find my strips. I've got to put some stuff away and find the strips because I've got all of that everywhere now. There they are. That's what I want. I'm using some of the long quarters, but But you could absolutely do this with a jelly roll if you wanted to. You could do it with that. I've cut 1.5 strips. I can't speak today. From the long quarter bundles, and just for quickness, I've cut them in half because you guys don't need to see me doing lots and lots of strips. We're going to start by making a strip set. Okay, so I'm going to lie this out. There we go. So one like that, one like that. Let's put that green one just there, and we're going to put that one on the top like that. Okay, this would work for scraps. Any fabrics you've got there, you could cut this out of fat quarter bundles. It doesn't have to be width of fabric. You just want a length. Okay, so we're going to put this together with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, just as a really simple strip set to start with. So I'm going to put that one on top of that one on top of that one, and we're going to go over to the machine, stitch down 1/4 inch on both of those edges. Okay, right. Everyone else seems to be fine with the sound. Everyone else is commenting saying they're okay. So hopefully, Nikki, if you go out and come back in, sometimes that can just fix any sound issues. Pin if you want to. I don't bother, to be honest, with strip sets. Just going to stitch all the way down. I have moved the camera, the sewing machine camera, slightly to try and get you a better view because it kept falling. So I think I fixed it. Anyway. There we go. We're going to go all the way along here like that, and then we're going to do the same for the other 2 strips. Like I said, I've cut 1.5, but it doesn't matter what size strip you start with as long as they're all the same size for this pattern. Although I'm kind of interested what would happen if they were different. Oh, that's not 1.5, but we'll ship it down. Might be interesting if they were different size strips as well, actually. Try that. If they were all different size and see what happened. All the way down that one. Try not to make the camera wobble too much for you. Brilliant camera angle. Oh, fab. Thanks, Anne. I've moved it. It's a little bit in my way as I'm sewing. I'm sewing it a bit of an angle, but I will put up with that for you guys. Right, I'm just going to open this out. I'll give it an iron in a second. But we're just going to put these right sides together and stitch again. So we've got a little strip set of 4. There we go, like that. All the way down this one. I think the thing I like about it, because I'm not very good at doing repetitive blocks. If a quilt requires me to do the same block a million times, even though I sometimes write quilts like that, I get very bored. And I think the thing with the strip set blocks are that you can make a lot of blocks very quickly, which is really good for me because I don't get bored. This makes me laugh when people say I'm patient, because I'm really not. I want everything done yesterday. I don't have the patience for, like, Sarah Jane loves it. She absolutely loves a block that is repeats over and over. She likes the meditative nature of it, but it's not for me. Right, okie doke. Let's come back over here, and we're going to iron this bad boy now. Oh, hang on. Everything's moving. Oh, everything's falling over. Never mind. There we go. Right, I'm going to move those out of the way because I'm going to show you that later. And we're just going to iron this. And again, it doesn't matter which way you iron them. I would just iron them all the same way. It makes life a little easier. There we go. So that one there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to measure the strip sets, and we're going to turn this into squares. So that's, like I was saying, it doesn't matter what size strip you start with, because we're going to measure it and go from there. So these could have been 1 3/4, or they could have been 2 inch. They could be 5 inch squares if you wanted them to be. Okay, right. So I'm going to measure this now. So from top to bottom, that's 4.5 inches. So I'm going to cut 4.5 inch squares all the way along. Okay. As always, move your fabric as little as possible. So multiples of 4.5 is 4.5, 9, 13.5, etc. So I've got my 9 inch line just inside the fabric so I can trim down. And I'm going to put one of my horizontal lines along the seam to get it nice and parallel. So there we go. So that's my 9. Got a nice straight edge now, and then I can go 9, 4.5. Make sure that's nice and lined up. So how have you all been? Is everybody okay? Anybody got any questions? What have you all been up to? Anything interesting? Please do comment, because otherwise...
I've not got anything interesting in the comments yet. Lots of hellos. Lots of people checking up on the code, but you've got that across the top now as well, so cool. Hopefully that's obvious. But I'm sure people will come in with some chats. Marlene says it's a lovely day in Guernsey today.
Hi Marlene, how are you, my lovely? Thank you for joining us. There we go. So out of my half a length, because they were full length, I've managed to get 4 squares. Okay, so 2 of them I'm going to cut one way and 2 I'm going to cut another. So put 2 aside, and these ones I'm going to start by cutting them from top left to bottom right. And you're going to want to do this with however many blocks you make. Okay, you want half going one way, so they're going that way, top left to bottom right. I'll just come up a bit closer for you a second. There we go. And I'm going to do that with this one as well, like that. And you can see I've got like a big green piece at the top and a big brown piece at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to keep those in a nice little pile like that. And the other half of your blocks, you're going to cut the other way. So I'm going to go from top right to bottom left on these ones. So I'm going to go from there to there. There we go. So you can see they're opposite to those ones. And then top right to bottom left. Make sure as well you pick one fabric to be fabric number 1. So for me, that's my green, and that's always on the top. Okay. So you're always cutting the same sort of ways. Okay, like that. You're going to go ahead and you're going to cut lots and lots of blocks. Okay, so I've got more there that are all that way. Oh, and then more there. Hang on. So sorry, 2 seconds. I missed out a step. With these ones, top left to bottom right, so you can see I've got a long green bit and a long brown bit. Get rid of all the long brown bit ones, put those aside. Okay, we're only going to use the long green bit ones from each set. So can you see they're cut in different ways, but I've got the long green bit. Long brown bits, that's a separate block. So you've got things that look like that at the moment. What we're going to do is we're going to make like works a bit like a braid, but slightly different. So I'm going to take one from this pile, and I'm going to put it with the point facing in. So I've got a straight edge, point facing in. And I'm going to take one from the other pile, do exactly the same. Point facing in, straight edge. And we're going to build up this sort of braided thing, straight edge on the outside, point facing in, all the way down like that. And can you see you get like this lovely sort of ribbon twist happening all the way down, depending on what colour. So this one I started was with the brown long piece, okay, and that's created that sort of like the brown and gold one there. This one, because I've got the green as my long piece, you're creating this lovely long braid. Okay, so I'm going to go one from this side and then one from that side, and you're just going to keep going, always keeping the straight edge. So remember, this is bias cut here, so be a little bit careful with it. But then we're going to put these together. I'll just turn this around. So I want to put this one to this one. So we're going to flip it over like that. And you're going to leave, let me just come back up close up. You're going to leave about 1/4 inch of your fabric poking out. I hold that like that for you. Can you see I've got about 1/4 inch of fabric poking out just there. Okay. I'm going to take this over to the machine and stitch down there. Anybody got any questions? Anybody saying hello? Nobody?
Yes, we have Carol Jackson. She's been in the Lake District all last week, no sewing, and unfortunately she's missed all of your birthday things, so she's enjoying the catch-up.
Well, Carol, I hope you saw on the live on Thursday, if you did get to catch up with that you were our first prize raffle winner. So we had a birthday raffle going, and Carol, you were our first prize raffle winner.
Fantastic. Sharon, she says, "Hi ladies, I've never watched before, just wanted to say loving the demo." So welcome, Sharon.
Well,
lovely
indeed.
for you to join us. Sandra says she loves the Sarah demo. And
Oh, bless.
Byrne also says glued to Sarah's demo.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Well, I think you've
That's a
explained
really
things
good one.
very clearly.
Thank you. I do. Well, it's because I need things explained to me very clearly. You see. So I always think if I do it how I would want it to be explained, then hopefully somebody will get it. There we go. So you can see what that does is keep the side straight by just offsetting by that little 1/4 inch. Okay. I'm then going to put my next one on, which is going to come here. So again, we're going to flip that right sides together like that. And I've got about 1/4 inch poking out just here. Okay. So when we're stitching, you're actually going to be stitching from just on that bit and it's going to come out just there. Okay. That's my 1/4 inch. So we're going to put another one on and just keep going however long you want this. I think it's like a variation of a braid, you know, the French braid one we've done, or if you watched Sewing Street last time I was on, we had the printed panels, which were braids as well. So this is a sort of a variation on that theme. It's obviously something I'm loving at the moment because it's in my head all the time.
Can I just say, your panels were at an astonishingly good price on Sewing Street.
They were a John Scott anniversary special price, my lovely.
Okay.
Yes, they will not be that price going forward. There we go. So that's my 3rd one on. You can see this zigzag start to happen. So I'm going to put my 4th one on and you just keep building this up. Okay, so I'm going to put a 4th one on here like that. And you can make this as long or short as you want. I think sort of 3 of these with some sashing. In fact, maybe we'll do that for a second demo. I'll use some of this wave fabric as a sashing in between. Maybe 3 of these braids with sashing in between would look amazing as like a table runner or a bed runner to just give that splash of colour for you. Because I think these are kind of Christmas, even though they're not Christmas fabrics, you've got that warmth of Christmas and gold and everything, and you could use it all year round. But beautiful as placemats or table runners, or just a full quilt. Just make lots of braids, make a full quilt. Front of a bag. So I'm going to stitch this one on. We'll put one more on, and then I'll shut up and we'll let Gail do a bit of a demo. And then if we get time and come back to me later, we'll have a go at putting the sashing on and I'll use some of that wave fabric. The beautifulness. Right. And then back over here, we'll iron this one out. And it's just very repetitive then. You're just going to go right, left, all the way down like we've been doing to create that beautiful, that sort of zigzag pattern. You know, from a strip set. I'm slightly obsessed with strip sets at the moment. There we go. You can see, just keep going and going and going. Make it as long as you want to, or just enough for a big blocks. You could do several big blocks this size. So yeah, that's it for me at the moment. And we'll do the next stage when we come back later. But all of that stuff is on the website in the Secret Sewing Club section with the extra code of 1010. It's there somewhere, I'm not sure where. Right at the top, just there. 10 and then BDAY, birthday. Okay, cool.
Okay, let me just go
Gail, you
grab
ready,
Gail.
Chatting, or you
She's
ready?
back. She's wheeled herself back in.
I have. I keep sliding back and forth.
She does that. She just wheels herself away, and then you're like, "Oh, we might be coming back together," and then just all of a sudden, whoosh, and back in she comes.
As if by magic.
Exactly. Yes, I've got more messages.
lovely.
Okay, so Sheila says she's supposed to be sorting out her craft room, but she's now sat on the settee watching Facebook Live. So sorry about that. We all know that feeling, though.
This is inspiration time, you see, before you get back in the craft room.
Exactly. Eileen says she's watching today, putting together rows of Manx strips, which I think is appropriate
amazing.
since she learnt this from you, Sarah.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, we had a lovely story the other day. A friend of ours, a friend of a friend, basically, she's got an aunt visiting from New Zealand, and she was saying, "Where are you living now?" She said, "Oh," she said, "I'm living in this house." She went, "Oh, I've been following a lady on YouTube." I said, "I've been doing Manx quilting," and Caroline, who's our friend, Sarah, Sarah Jane and I's friend, was like, "Are you talking about White Gecko?" And she was like, "Yes, do you know them?" And Caroline's like, "Yes, I've been partying and drinking with them many, many times." And it's really odd that this lady was visiting Wales and met up with her cousin, her auntie and stuff. And and so it's got Manx quilting all over the world. I'm very excited about it.
Sandra's asking, how do you put the Manx quilting blocks together?
There is a demo on YouTube. If you go to the Manx quilting demo, basically it's a flat scene on there, lovely. While Gail's doing her demo, I'll see if I can find my demo bits and I'll show you later, okay? But it's super, super easy. But go to YouTube, onto our channel and put Manx quilting in, and there's 2 big demos on there, and that'll show you how you join them, okay? But if I get a chance, I'll show you later.
And Marlene on YouTube says, everything very well explained. My only regret is I didn't have Sarah as my teacher at school.
Oh, thanks, love.
So you seem like you'd be a very patient teacher.
Not that my kids would not agree that.
Would they not agree? Just get them in for a quick survey.
Yeah. I've never put that up as a poll as whether I'm patient or not. Okay. I'll just take the compliment.
Sounds fair enough. Gail, are you ready with some of your lovely demonstrations? Smashing. I shall pass it across to you and see if I can go and get our other guests sorted. See you soon.
So before I go into demo mode, I just thought I'd show you a few other things. I just realised I didn't bring the pattern with me, but never mind. I've got an Advent tree. Now, this has been super popular. And the good thing with it is it's got the 25 pockets on there. It's very long. There we go. I'll just bring the rest of it into shot and back down. And it's got a big pocket on the top for number 25, so that you can put a little gift in each one. It's a great way of using up all your fabric scraps. It's like a flip and stitch technique, so it's quite good. And you got the instructions on how to make a bow and everything in there. So what I did is I just coupled the pattern together with the Advent buttons. So if you bought the Advent buttons and the pattern together, it'd be £14. But today on the website, it's £9.99 for the pattern and the buttons. So that's on there. So I just wanted to quickly show you that. Let me get that out of the way. I also wanted to show you there's an offer on this as well. So it's I think there's £5 off it. This is the Merry Christmas banner. So what you're getting with this is you're getting the pattern, and then you're getting everything you need for the applique. So all the glitter felt, all the wiggly eyes for the penguins. Nearly said gnomes then for some reason. And all the instruction. And just think, if you didn't want to make it like that, you didn't want to put the penguins on there, you have actually got all the applique for Merry Christmas, which is really, really handy to use this time of year. So that's on there as well. I think there's £5 off that. There's also because going ahead for Sewing Street, this is going to be on there on Tuesday, when I'm on Tuesday. I've got the Christmas Tweets cushion. This is just a pattern with an applique kit. So you got everything for the applique on the front, including all the pom-poms, all the glitter felt, the little heart buttons, little pom-poms for the robins, felt for the robins, everything, and a sheet of freezer paper to make it all easy for you to cut out. So you don't get the background fabric, but Sarah's just shown you lots of beautiful fabrics, so you can get those, and I'll demo that a little bit later. So that's on there. I think there's £5 off that as well. So yeah, so today is all about a little bit of money off everything, and I've got some tags to show you as well that I haven't kitted before, but I am kitting now, and that's the little bit of red work and that, and I'm going to demo that in a minute. There's a kit in 4 different colors for the mittens and for the tags. So I'm going to head to change cameras and head to the demo area so I can just show you a couple of the kits close up, and then we'll head on to demo. And I can see our secret guest in the background as well, that I'm not going to share with you who it is yet, unless Hayley did tell you. I can't remember.
I think we've already told them who it is.
Have we already said?
Yeah.
Because if we did, then clearly I wasn't listening. So,
but we do need to say hello to Maria.
So have we said?
We need to say hello to Maria as well, because Maria is our she's another first time viewer for Secret Sewing.
Newbies, we love a newbie. So yeah, everybody's welcome. It's quite nice. We're a nice friendly bunch, don't you think, Hayley? So I
think we're
you see
all right.
Some Facebook pages and that, and there's some strange people out there, but our Facebook pages are all lovely. They're full of all lovely people, and I must say we really appreciate that as well, that everybody's friendly and welcoming and everybody's kind to one another, which is really nice in this day and age. So I brought these on. So these are on my website all the time. But the reason I brought these on is this is a perfect little stocking filler gift or Secret Santa for your sewing friends. So these are just key rings. I brought them on because when I was in Malvern, I just sold so many of them and everybody was using them for secret Santas and things like that. They come in a little organza bag, so they're a really good gift. Nice little stocking filler. Or when I was making the advent boxes, if you've got the advent box pattern, they fit into one of the advent boxes really, really nicely, so you could put that inside there. They come in 4 different designs. It's on a drop down menu in the thing. One with a black sewing machine, this one with the silver sewing machine, this one with a little tag that says she believed she could, so she did, and this one with a little pink tassel and a little pink a little stone in there. So yeah, so I only put those on there today, last minute thought, but it was just because a nice little gift idea. Also, they come in an organza bag, but the color of the organza bags will vary. So let me just show you some of the kits. So first of all, we've got the new penguin. So I've called penguin Waddle, named by my sister. So in the kit, I just want to show you a few things that you do get in the kit that might be unusual for you. His stomach, or the white part of the penguin, is actually heat fused on. So what I did is I gave you the heat and bond. So you've got that in your kit as well. So you've got that so you can fuse his body on. You've also got some freezer paper, and the freezer paper is to make his feet, cut the heart out and his beak. And I'll do a little demo of that in a minute for you. Then you've got, I'm beginning to regret that I did this, but I made him out of cuddle. So this is a super soft fabric, really, really lovely, but it is really fluffy. So when I've been cutting the kits, it's everywhere. Nice stripy fabric for his hat. You've got some calico for his weighted base. There's a bit for his body, and there's his embellishments, his eyes, the snowflakes, the pom-pom. So everything's in the kit. And little Waddle is new. If you like penguins, there is a pattern for Christmas Huddle. That's on the page as well. And that will give you like a dad, a mum, and a baby penguin that are similar to Waddle. And all the instructions on how to make those. But sadly, I don't do a kit for that. So that's that one. And the kits that you are finding are the reindeer. Then there's the Santa, which I'm going to demo. These are full kits. They've just been reduced to half price, just for a couple of days, just so I can clear some space. So there's those for the stockings. Then the kits for the little snowmen. Again, Snowballs is super cute. And I've done him as well in the super soft fleece. And all the embellishments for the nose, the eyes, everything is in the kit. the instructions to make both versions, so this hat and the
Gail?
top hat. Yeah.
The middle one on the red option, he looks quite angry.
Yeah, I know. And some people said that they put them off because he was angry, but I just thought I'd be angry if somebody was sat on my head. So, yeah, perhaps I should have made the bottom one angrier. But I was trying to give you all options of what you could do, but you can make yours all happy. So you don't have to make an angry one. In the pattern as well, I show you all the different faces and that in there. So you can decide whether you've got happy or angry little snowmen. Everything is in the kit, the super soft fluff, and then hidden in the kit. I tend to hide the pieces in there, so when they go through the post, they don't get squashed. She says, I've hidden them that well, I can't find them. I'm going to make a liar out myself now. I have hidden them so well that I've taken them out of the kit. You get all the embellishments as well, which is great, as I can't find them in that.
While you're finding them, do you have a version?
There they are.
Do you have a version of this that has, instead of white, because I know we've just had Halloween, could you make them as pumpkins?
I don't see why not.
Because then it can be angry, because it can be like a mean lantern then, couldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. There's an idea for next year for you. Just make the same thing in orange.
I'll save that one for next year. Thanks for that. So I'll just quickly flick through a couple of the other kits just so you know what you're getting. This was the penguin kit, and you can see it comes with all the lovely glitter felts. There's quite a few sheets of glitter felt in there for you as well, in blue and black and white and that. And the good thing with that is you can also make little. You'll have some spare, so you can make little additional penguins as well for hanging ornaments for the tree. The good thing with glitter felt is it's quite rigid, so you can make additional ornaments. The Christmas tweets cushion, you've got all your glitter felt and then all your pom-poms and everything to put in the cushion. I'll just give you a closer image of it. And again, so you've got everything on there for the applique. And then the other thing that's on the website that I will be demoing next week as well, probably on my own Facebook page, is I've not done kits of these before, but I have for this year. These are the pocket cushions. So they've got a pocket in the back, and then that way you could put a gift in there, or you could put your mobile phone in there, or a book, or your tablet, or whatever. It comes with a full alphabet on there, so you can personalize them, or you could put Christmas or Santa or whatever you want on there. So there's Santa. I think there's £5 off these as well. So you've got Santa, you've got Frosty, and again with the full alphabet on the back for you to put whatever name you want on there. And also the Christmas pudding one is on there too, which I've got the kit here, if I can just find it. Or maybe I haven't.
While you're finding that, Gail, I've got a question from Sandra, who's trying to find your cushion wreath kit. I'm going to just quickly hop over to your website and show her where that is.
It's called Christmas Tweets, if that's
now,
anything.
I believe... Can you just talk for me, Gail?
Yeah, I can talk for you. I can keep on talking.
Well, I think I've now added you so you can talk about your website as well while we look at it. Because I've been doing fancy technical things today.
You have.
I have. So this is the one that I think you're looking for. So Sandra, if you go on to Gail's website, which is endersthreaddesign.com, go to all categories, and then if you scooch down there right at the bottom of the where's it gone? There we go. Right at the bottom of the list, it'll say Secret Sewing Club. Hop into there, and then if you scroll down till you see Christmas Tweets Robin decoration wall hanging / cushion pattern, that is the one there that I think you are looking for.
Yeah,
and
super.
There's two options on there. There's the option for just a pattern, and there's the option for the kit, and you just select that down with the drop down menu there.
And then
I shall come back to you. Just give me one second. There
Fabulous.
you go.
Thank you, Hayley.
No problem.
And then finally, I'm just going to show you. So I've got two different kits. It's either for the mittens, and with the mittens you get 6 different designs plus a full alphabet. So you can have Merry Christmas on there. You can put people's names on there and that. And the mitten comes in 4 different colours. So you can have green, blue, grey, or red. You get the calico in there, some interfacing, you get the thread to embroider, you get the tags, the charms, the string, everything. So you've got everything you need. And also in the pattern, I give you a pre-printed sheet of design, so you can cut these out, pop them straight on the back of your felt and iron, and then cut them out. So it makes it super easy to cut out. If you go for the tag version, you've got 4 different shape tags, and the same idea comes in 4 different colours. You've got enough in either kit to make 8 tags, and if you're really careful, you can make more than 8 tags if you're really thrifty with the fabric. And I'm just going to show you a couple of the designs there and a few in the different colours. You could also fussy cut fabric if you wanted to put into the slot. So if you didn't want to do red work, you could put photographs in there. One of them says happy birthday, so you could make them for to put on birthday presents. They also look good hanging on a tree. And you can see with this one I used glitter felt and just put ordinary felt on the back. Also, you've got the templates. So once you've got the templates, you can do other things with it. Maybe use the decorative stitches on your embroidery machine and make little tags out of them, or even use them to do applique. So you've got the shape, so you could applique with it as well. I did have a sample somewhere, but I've clearly popped that somewhere and lost it. So, oh, here we go. I did it with the mittens. So you can use the design as well to do applique or other tags. So it's quite a versatile little pattern. So that's on the website as well. So that's me done. I think I've now waffled through everything that's on the website. So do you want me to do a quick little demo, or do you want to speak to
let's go and grab our special guest, because he's been very, very patient. He has. He was just there early, so you know he's a good lad. But there he is.
He's keen. Hello.
Hang on.
I was keen, wasn't I?
You were. You're a keen bean today. Keen bean.
Yeah, I feel I'm just watching the comments come in on this, and you guys get so many views and so many lovely comments. And maybe you've already speaking to but Sheila just put, Gail, I love your kits. They are so comprehensive, and they've renewed my love for sewing.
Oh, thank you, Sheila.
Yeah,
we do have a lovely group, and what you'll find is in the comments, if people can't find things, half the time one of the other people watching will find where it is and post it up as a link before we even get a chance to. So yes, everybody's very lovely. Hang on, Karen, I'm having trouble finding all the items for sale from the show. Right, yes, we will. Karen, we've just got your email as well, or sorry, your message. If you let us know what you're looking for, then yes, we'll put links up for you so you can find it. That's no problem at all. So, Dan.
Hello.
What have you been up to?
This morning?
Just generally, since we last spoke.
Oh, Hayley, gosh, what a few months, eh? So Hobbycraft wanted to do a channel, so I'm doing that now. That's taking up an awful lot of time, and it is awfully fun. I also feel like I'm not playing along with the decor in the background Christmassy.
No, it's all right. I've not Christmased either. I can go. I know where the tree is. I can go and get it.
Go now. I wish I had done. So yeah, that's taken up an awful lot of time, which is really lovely. Obviously, to see lots of people that we all know, but also see and meet lots of people that I don't know. So that's been really, really cool. Thoroughly enjoyed that. They're trying to do get back to kind of weekends being destinations for soft crafters.
I was going to ask you that. Were there destination times and days for sewing?
Yeah, there wasn't initially, because I think that the planners and schedulers weren't just wanted to make something for everybody every day, which I completely get that theory. So there'd be, and it still happens midweek. Like we have, like Sarah Payne could be doing something, and then it's a mixed media show, and then it's a painting, a watercolor show, and then it's something else, which I completely get that idea. But there are a lot of requests, like I'm sure you guys hear and see, for more destination. So you've got a rough idea what's going on. So then Saturday morning and Sunday morning, it's called the Weekend Stitch. That is definitely soft craft time. So you've just met, Natasha was on today, launching a Janome exclusive bundle. Yesterday we were doing lots of like Christmas giftables, like hand sewing kits from the RHS, which were absolutely lovely. Also had, of course, a trading post yesterday. Emma and Pam were on. So yeah, if anybody's interested in all things soft crafts, and I know you can't go wrong with a Saturday or Sunday morning, but there's all sorts popping up all the time.
Perfect. And how are things going, like in general? Because I know, kind of obviously, it was nearly a year ago to the day when things all went a bit skew-iff.
It's lovely to be a bit more consistent. Like in my personal life, it's lovely to be a bit more consistent. I know we all had a good time with the craft store and offering that up to a lot of people at the start of the year, which was lots and lots of fun. But it's really lovely to just something completely different and completely new, which is, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Now I'm like helping organise.
Are you just realising what running your own business is?
What do you guys do?
Work
How do you do it?
just being employed.
God, you buy a lot of hair dye because you go grey very quickly.
And you never sleep.
Yeah, no
Is it all there?
No sleep.
Yeah, Sarah, gosh. It's wicked. I love it. And it's really interesting now, because obviously a lot of people who came on board the TV side of things, maybe people recognised from Create and Craft, for example.
Yeah.
But it's slowly the transit, because it happened so quickly. It was only officially happening the start of July in my world. So we had a 3-month turnaround to build new sets and everything like that, and build a website and all this stuff. So it was really quick. So everything.
Just to clarify, obviously, it's in the same building as Hochanda used to be in, but it's nothing to do with any of the people who used to run that.
Correct. So it's my own channel. Shop Unlimited is also a company, Shop Unlimited Live, and we offer and do TV production for people, individuals or companies, if they want to do that. And we got approached by Hobbycraft to sort of pitch, to say what we could offer, because other companies, some you guys would know, some people you don't know, to do it. And Shop Unlimited's home is Oundle, which I know is a place that you guys all are very familiar with as well.
Yes.
So now the only reason it's there is because of me and Adam. I was about to say my other half. He may as well be. He may as well be. So we rent it off Matt and Paul, who do a wonderful job looking after us, and then it's all through us being there. So it is 100% owned by Hobbycraft.
Yeah, I think it's important to clarify that, because obviously a lot of people were let down by Hochanda Limited, and it's not those people. So I think it is really important to let people know it's
100% owned by Hobbycraft, and it's in that area because a lot of viewers will know. There's a lot of people, and you guys suppliers will know. Lots of producers, directors, floor managers, tech all still live around the area because of.
It's a lovely place to live, and why wouldn't you?
And there's been a lot of this kind of TV production in that area. In people from Ideal World, Create and Craft, Hochanda, of course, and people still live there. So it was like, even though Hobbycraft's HQ is in Bournemouth, they know nothing about doing crafting in this medium through Telebox. And so we're like, well, we know people that do. So the studio was available, which is lots of parking, lots of space, lots of storage, and all these important
and everything's
things.
Already there. I mean, all the cameras were there. Everything was already set up and soundproofed, and 90% of it was all still there.
Yeah, exactly. So why would you start again when it's there? Exactly. And then the people who were made redundant, just like I was, just like lots of producers were, directors were, etc., are all still there and hoping to work still in that industry. A lot of people moved on and did other stuff. And also a lot of people moved on and did other stuff and then came back for for Hobbycraft TV. So not just physically the buildings there, but the crew who specialise in that are there. So that's what I think really appealed to Hobbycraft themselves, that they already had people that knew what they were doing. So with such a small, short turnaround, part of that turnaround wasn't training people of how to do it. It was we start running already. But,
brilliant. So I've got a message from Karen, and she says she's really enjoying Hobbycraft TV. Are there any plans to feature more knitting and crochet?
Absolutely, Karen. So the schedule now is getting a bit more destination-y, focused on Saturday morning, Sunday morning. I know then the Weekend Stitch wants to start encroaching to the afternoon as well. For example, the Janome show with Natasha and Den just now also had shows in the afternoon. So yes, is the short answer. There certainly will be, and I expect the weekend is going to be the place that's going to go. But also they're very aware that some people maybe can't watch on the weekends, so there will be a smattering of crochet and knitting throughout the week too.
Perfect.
How do people watch? Is it?
I don't know.
Oh, if he could answer that question, he'd be a millionaire.
Yeah.
No. I meant, what channel are you on, and how can people watch you? Not.
So, the best online, like we are right now, that is where you're going to find it every single time. You're going to find it on the Hobbycraft, its own Hobbycraft YouTube. That's where everyone can watch if you've got the internet. It's on Freeview 97 as well. It has also just been confirmed, although then unconfirmed, then confirmed again, that it's going on Sky, which is very exciting. That was all set to launch tomorrow, and then we got the green light and the paperwork saying, yep, Monday the 3rd is great from Sky. And we were like, oh, thank you, wonderful. So we then told people, and then on Thursday, Sky then went, oh no, we haven't got a paperwork from legal or something far more complicated than I know. So they're like, so you can't actually go on the 3rd, which for everyone's sake is so frustrating. So in the next few weeks, it will be on Sky 672 as well. And if you want to watch it on Facebook, you can also watch it on Facebook. Now, I didn't know this. You guys may well do, because you do much more this kind of stuff than I do. But if it's a new page, the Hobbycraft TV is a new Facebook page. And you can't go live for 60 days. I don't know if anyone knew that.
Yes, we did have that, because when we started Secret Sewing Club, we had to put it through My Craft Yourself Silly One, because you're not allowed to stream for 60 days. So
yeah,
yes.
We should have probably looked that up or asked someone, but obviously we didn't. Go. So because Hobbycraft have their own Facebook page, and they do lots of sharing with us, but also we want to post every single day and talk about stuff every single day. So there's also the Hobbycraft TV Facebook page, which is maybe like, it's maybe 5-6 weeks old, so we're not far off 60 days now. But anyway, if anyone wants to watch on Facebook, you can do so either through my other Facebook page, which is Shop Unlimited Live, or also myself and Adam now acquired the Craft Store Facebook page for this exact reason. So then we stream Hobbycraft TV on the Craft Store Facebook, which I appreciate is a little bit around the houses. It was just the more platforms we could show people on, maybe the more chance people have of tuning in and maybe finding something they like. Excellent.
And if people are looking for like a show that's already been on, I think my feed's just disappeared, but that's fine, I'll fix that in a minute. If they're looking for something that's already been on, like you mentioned Natasha was on this morning, if they're looking to watch back on a show, can they do that?
Yeah, now yes, they can. It's not as simple as it's about to be. Again, with that, because everything was so fast, the whole YouTube catch-up service on the website wasn't set up. That has now been set up, but again, is in last of testing stuff, so it's going to go live. It's meant to be the first week of November. Fingers crossed. You know,
well, a lot of things were supposed to be the first week in November, Dan.
Yeah. So in the meantime, then, if anyone watches it on YouTube, of course, in that 24-hour period, you can rewind the live stream. Or at the moment, I'd encourage you to go to those Facebook pages, so Shop Unlimited Live or the Craft Store, where that live feed obviously lives there for 30 days afterwards. So it's it's not that I appreciate it's more than one click to watch again, but they are available particularly on Facebook or YouTube. But that whole catch-up service on the website, I'm not going to say definitely will launch in the first week in November. It might be the second week, but anyway,
it's coming. It's, watch this space.
It's happening, and when the dates happen, we can definitely say. But it's just is this. Nothing's ever so
again,
smooth as you want it to be.
and
so
I think
the
that's
catch-up is now happening. It's like with all the suppliers, like everyone who's in hobby. There's loads of suppliers who are in Hobbycraft and Hobbycraft's own products that aren't on TV yet, and everyone, they are all welcome to and have all been approached to. But a lot depends, as you guys will know, as being suppliers and distributors, if that company want to, if they've got the resource to cater for that many more orders. And vice versa. A lot of suppliers who are on TV are now in discussions to go into store. So there'll be a lot of brands that people know appearing in stores now, which is also, I think, one of the appeals of trying Hobbycraft, I guess.
Yeah, perfect.
I think it's really nice because we've seen lots of people on there that like we lost when we were talking earlier about, you know, how things ended abruptly last year, but it's really nice now that with the Hobbycraft TV to see lots of suppliers that we haven't seen on TV for probably nearly a year now being back on there and that. So, you know, you got Julia from Crosspatch, and like you said, the Quilters Trading Post, and then like Andy from Crafty UK, and Nicola is on there as well. So I think it's really lovely because I'm sure I can speak for like my people who watch me that we have all missed those people, and I think you're definitely doing the right thing giving a destination, because I think the frustration is not all of us are paper crafters, and sometimes you can lose your audience when they're just having to scroll through endless days to find out what's going on. And I think that was a lovely thing when we used to do it, you know, we were all in there, weren't we, on a Sunday all doing crafts, and all our audiences knew where to go, and it didn't really matter which supplier it was, they knew they could get their sewing fix. So I think moving forward, that's definitely a good thing, and I'm really pleased for you that it's, you know, we've got another channel there and somewhere for us all to go and watch and be inspired. So it's all really positive. So well done, Dan.
Oh, bless you, Gary. That's very kind and absolutely right. I think it's wicked that so many people are making such an effort to offer all the customers that are watching this right now, or people just love soft crafts, for example. Yeah, so weekends will definitely be the place to go. But I think it's so important to have more outlets, right? Just like the high street having more shops. So you've got Sewing Street, you've got a Hobby Maker, you've got Hobbycraft, you've got the I'm sure QVC delve every now. Ideal World maybe do a little bit of crafting every now and again. Like, I just think it's really important to still have all these outlets, not only for customers but also for suppliers, because these are all different places and have different ways of doing stuff. So whatever works best, and sometimes it's just geography wise, it works best for someone coming to where we are now. So yeah, I think it's really important that. And it was lovely, just like, for example, just being at the NEC. I was at the NEC on Thursday, and like you said, seeing old faces again, and also people who, not just suppliers who maybe lost an option of an outlet on telly to a potential telly audience, but as I was saying, like the crew-wise. So some people here who are watching Secret Sewing Club right now may know these names, may not, but you guys will. Like producer Kat and Martha, director Chris and Cy Stone and Andy Smith, and not just obviously. Dino and Den and Bex Edwards we've brought in as well. So there's lots of people who were really, as much as the audience missed the TV side of things, I did as well, and a lot of other people did. So it's lovely that there's now more options to enjoy, be inspired, not just for suppliers, for whichever outlet they wish to be on, but also internally as well.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing, I think, and also it's a name that people trust, isn't it? Because I think we can all honestly say we've all been into Hobbycraft, and we've all spent some money there. So yeah, and it's good, you know, the diversity of it all. But also I think it is quite important for us sewers who just like to sew that we know where to go, you know. So yeah, so it's really good. And of course, like you said, everybody forgets about all the people behind the scenes. They only see, when the show goes on, they only see you and me stood next to you. Yeah. They don't see all the people that are doing all the other magic behind, do they? So so it's good for them as well, because I know it's a shock for all of them. So yeah, it's all positive.
Yeah, it is. I know, like, for example, everything with timing. So there's a long history of it, why talking about suppliers going into Hobbycraft. It was owned by a different company back in the day, and now an overarching company have bought it in the last like 18 months, which is why they're now more open to new people coming in. And I know a lot of people were saying, like, because obviously the Hobbycraft stores have closed, which it was just sort of the timing of it where they were underperforming and not.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's a business, and if you've got a section of your business that isn't making money and all of the other ones are propping that up, then if it's not making money, does it need to be there? And yes, that's incredibly sad for the people who work there and who have jobs there, but then by doing that, it's protecting the rest of the business and allowing that to be healthier. So I get it. I mean, it is sad, and I think the way it's reported doesn't help because it kind of scaremongers a bit. But I think sometimes, it's going to be a terrible analogy, but I'm going to go for it. If you've got, say if you've got gangrene in one of your toes, rather than let that spread throughout the whole foot, you're going to chop the toe off. And that's what they've had to do. And that's terrible, and I'm very sorry, and I should have shut up.
Lop it off. No, you've got it. You've absolutely got it. And I think, it's tricky that time, but also what didn't get reported was then Hobbycraft created 30 new jobs for people. I got a job with them, for example. When we extend the hours, that'll be another 15, 20 people, however many it takes. I need to probably work that out. As well, so there's lots of jobs being created, and as you say, everybody who shopped, like for example, even just Hobbycraft Club points now can be spent on TV and then earned on telly. So then if you're just purely shopping on the TV right now, you could take that, you just bought a Janome sewing machine, and then you can take those points and spend them in store or on the app. So yeah, the idea is that TV then supports all those other reasons to keep 101 Hobbycraft want to stay on the high street. Absolutely, they've still got over 100 stores, and they want to keep it that way. And part of that, to do that, is to explore.
Well, it's just to, I suppose, if you've come into any new business, you've got to analyse what it's doing and work out what's working, what's not working, and then if it's not working and you keep doing it, nothing's going to change. You've got to then, change the things that aren't working. And unfortunately, if that means closing stores, that means closing stores, and it's sad for the people who work there, yes, but kind of to support the business overall, unfortunately,
you're right. The longevity of one of our oldest, like for 30 years, Hobbycraft have been out on the streets. To secure that's exactly what they're doing. And over the next few weeks as well, or maybe months, there will be people demonstrating on the channel who work in the stores as well. They've got a wicked artisan area, and also lots of people who do demo in stores. I know one of their best TikTok channels is the Wimbledon store that just had they had Kylie in a couple of months ago. They've got Steps coming in this week, I think. And they just a law to their own. Hobbycraft go. It's really cool. A load of those guys are going to come on to the TV. So again, it's a slow process, like anything is, like getting to Sky, and then people it was like going on Sky, and someone's like, when are you going on Virgin? It's like,
doesn't matter what you do, Dan. Everybody will always want more.
Yeah, give the chance, and it will get there. Yeah, it will get there.
But do you remember this from the other side when you were just an employee and you were asking, why can't we be? Why can't we be? Why can't we do? Why? You just can't do it all. You can't do it all, and you can't do it all at once. And it's a massive difference. I've got a lot of questions for you as well.
Yeah.
How does Hobbycraft work for ordering and shipping to the US?
From Hobbycraft, you can do that, but Hobbycraft TV, you currently can't do that.
Okay.
Ordering on the TV. I don't know whether if someone goes directly to Tonic and ask them, I'm sure they could, but through our website at the Mo, .co.uk/TV, you can't. It will,
put it on the list of jobs, Dan.
Huh?
Put it on the list of jobs, along with Virgin.
It's an eyeliner, actually. Emily won't mind. Oh, no, it's not. Anyway, who cares? It's a pencil. Yeah, exactly. Virgin, Rewind, Catch Up.
Yeah, put it on the list. Nikki says, so pleased Dan has explained more about Hobbycraft TV. I was someone with burnt fingers from C&C, but will definitely watch Hobbycraft TV now. So I think there's quite a few people who are glad that we've kind of done a full explanation on that. It's nice to have another TV shows for sewing, and there was no warning about creating craft clothing. Well, as suppliers, we had inklings But it
yeah,
was.
you've got a lot of people on this call who can preach to that. I was expected to come in and get paid on the 25th and was made redundant on the 24th.
Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, we didn't know either. And actually, maybe I'm oversharing too much, but that whole compensation of getting made redundant, which anyone is allowed to pursue, we've only just received a little bit of that a week ago.
Wow.
So
year down the line.
yeah. So I know suppliers were like, yeah, like some customers didn't get their stuff, and some suppliers didn't get paid, and we staff didn't get paid, and it's very much tarnished the legacy of Create and Craft,
which I think is a massive.
People who owned Create and Craft for the last year.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think
nothing to do with previous managers of Hachanda Global, nothing to do with the CNC lot from Newark Road. It was literally the last 12 months. If you could say everything about it, which I know a lot of us on this call know more about it than a lot of people watching this don't, but it's just infuriating to a degree that individuals are allowed to.
Yeah, I mean, I will say a little bit about that, because the original owners of original CNC and Hachanda were the right Paul and Val, and you know they did a fantastic job, and unfortunately, you know, they are a little bit older, and Paul, at the point where he said, okay, I'm gonna have to let this go and sell it on to the people who messed it up. I think he'd had 2 new knees at that point, and he was just going in for his first new hip. And I think at that point, you know, you've got to say, fair play. You've given it your best shot. Fair enough if you can't continue. And yeah, I think it does tarnish the reputation of those other guys. But it was literally, as you said, Dan, just those last 12 months. It was the guy who had it for the last 12 months who just caused
pretty much
carnage.
Deliberately.
Yeah, and again, what they did is probably entirely legal as well, which is a bit of like a loophole. Know the system, did it, whatever their motivation was. But it really went through everyone, didn't it? So which again maybe is part of the reason why so many people, because we love it, right? People watching this right now, you at home and asking all the questions. I appreciate all of them, because interacting with Hayley, Sara, Gail, everyone else you have on here too, you do become really fond of people and support people and want to see what they're doing next and get inspired by and admire what they do. And so even though Hobbycraft TV is in the same building that CNC ended in, it was just a resort. For example, how I describe it, if you sold a car to someone else and then they got a speeding ticket in that car, it's not my fault. It's that driver. The car's still fine. The car's a great car.
Well, really, it should be the other way around. You've bought the car, and the previous owner was doing the speeding.
Yeah, and then you go buy the car back to you, and you're like, oh, I'm not getting in that car. That speeds. It's like, well, no, it doesn't. It was the driver. It was the manager of that company.
Yeah.
But it was the best car possible for doing shopping telly in our area and doing craft TV. So that's why we use it.
You're environmentally friendly. You're using a building that's already there, that's already set up. You're not, having to start something else, you know.
Yeah.
In the space, it doesn't. The building wasn't ever the issue, was it?
No, exactly. So, yeah, but it's. I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like with that coming along now, it's still really new, isn't it? So we'll get there. Everyone watching this, you will get destinations more and more. But the weekend stitch, as we call it, is the one Saturday and Sunday mornings. But it will be a splattering through the weekdays as well.
I think Dan.
Yeah.
I think we all struggle with trying to get everything up and running, you know. So your business is different to ours at the moment, but we all have great ideas of giving all these things to our customers, and it looks sometimes like we're not doing anything, but it takes a lot to get things to our audience. You know, there's a lot goes on behind the scenes, isn't it? So we do listen to everything that the customers are asking for, and we do try to give them everything that they want. But unfortunately, as they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, was a, you know, so it's a struggle. But I think on a positive note, the one good thing that came out of the demise of the last company is I think all of us collectively have pulled together. So I think all of our businesses are stronger because of it. I think we've built up a trust with one another, and yeah, I think it was a tough time, but you know what, you learn from it, don't you?
It's done now. You got fun
exactly.
stuff.
I think definitely within soft crafts, we all talk to each other way more, I think, than we all used to. And you know, if we're thinking about something, we'll just ring up and run it past somebody else. And I think there's a lot more of that goes on now. But we will end on a lovely note, because Sandra sent a message in saying it's great to have another sewing outlet on TV. The more sewing, the better.
Sandra BP, she got it down.
She's got it.
Absolutely. And you know what, by the way, guys, congratulations on Secret Sewing Club. To do anything as regularly as you guys do isn't easy. So,
well, we have knocked it down to once a month, because we're just all way too busy.
Like, well done. Because, yeah, as Gail was sort of referring to there, there's a lot going on. You've got orders coming in, and then suddenly this gets dispatched, and then that stops, and then that supplier to you as a supplier cuts out, or the price goes up, and you're like, oh God, then it's on a weekend. God, can I have a weekend off? Like,
no. Don't be silly. That doesn't happen.
No, nothing ever. No days off. Forbidden.
Nevertheless, I appreciate you guys inviting me. I know you're going to crack on and do some more demos and things.
Yes, we will. We were supposed to be finishing at 4:00. Well, we're still going to finish at 4:00, but we're not going to get as many demos in as we wished, because we've had a bit of Dan, and we've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, I hope that makes sense. And by the way, anyone can ask me anything about anything, like on Dan Bancroft TV. That's my Facebook. Just ask away, because I completely get why you might think who owns what and what's going on. But I hope this has helped explain it some more. And why isn't it on this yet? We'll get there, I promise you. But I am going to leg it, because Barney is waiting for the second half of mine and his match in the garden.
Oh.
I know, he won the first half on a penalty shootout, so we've got to take on the second half before it gets dark.
Absolutely.
Okay, quick, before it gets dark. Thanks, Dan. We'll see you later.
No, probably see you all, and I'll see you all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheerio.
There you go. I have replaced Dan with a Secret Sewing Club logo.
Me.
Right. What has anybody got? I mean, we've not got long. We've got about
do you want
half
to
an
give me
hour.
a little demo? Because mine's just a bit of sewing up stuff.
I haven't really got a demo. What I will do is jump onto our website and just show you what we do have. Let me just have let's get it up here. That will help me. There we go. Right. Let's press the button. Oh, buttons. So many buttons. Oh no, that's not the right button. There's too many buttons, dude. There we go. Right button. Now, I have still got everybody's mic live, because I've now worked out how to still have everybody to be able to talk, because it used to be that you could only hear me when it was a website, but now I've fixed it so that everybody can talk. So what we have...
You with your tech.
I know. And a timer today as well. Double bubble. So we're doing a few of our lap quilt sets. So our lap quilt sets are 2 rolls, as you can see here, one white and one of our rainbow rolls, which I've just dropped. Now these you can sew together and make some really quick, simple quilts. Even the one that Sarah was just showing you, where it was the kind of the braid, you would sew that as a strip of 4. Let me just switch back a second. That one, and then that one. So you would just sew it as a strip of 4. So one strip of that, one strip of that, one strip of that, one strip of that, as a strip of 4. And that braid quilt that Sarah's just shown you, that will absolutely work like this. It's brilliant for rail fence quilts. If you're going to do that and you're a complete beginner, then what I suggest is you sew the whole thing together. Take this one and this one, sew the whole 12 meters together, the whole lot. It's brilliant practice as just one big long straight line. Now you can use clips or pins if you want, you don't need to, because these are both kind of got an element of starch to them. Our new version of our plain rolls will have no starch in, so we're trying it out. It's lovely and soft, but personally I think I prefer the starch, but we've had so many people ask for no starch that we're doing it. So you sew the whole 12 meters together, whole thing. Then you put it in half, cut the whole thing in half. Then you put the two coloured sides, so one side will be like that, the other side will look like that. You sew the two coloured sides together to create that strip, that one big 4-piece strip. And then, like Sarah showed you before, where she just measured the height of it and cut them into squares, that is exactly what you do. And that's those are your finished blocks, and you just put them together in a rail fence pattern, which is one going horizontally and then one going vertically. Now, because we always add a white, you can, if you want to put a different colour with it, there's loads of rolls on the website. You can just pick another one and use that white one for another project. But because we always have the same kind of plain colour on the outside of those blocks, when you put them together, if your measuring isn't perfect and your joins aren't brilliant, you won't see that. Now, I will try and dig out a few pictures of some examples of these quilts and put them up, because I did go into work this morning. I picked up these, but I forgot the finished sample quilts. But, as Sarah will attest, and Gail, it's been very busy, and you can't do everything. So I'm very sorry, I forgot the sample quilts, but they are an absolute steal. These are the last of the ones that we have that are printed on our original fabric before we switched over and upgraded everything to our jazzy, new, super bright, colourful fabric. So these, let me just show you what one of these rolls is like. I might show these again on Tuesday, because we did a bigger chat with Dan than I was anticipating, so we might show you these again on Tuesday on our Facebook Live. But they're a variegated roll, so as they go through, the colour changes, and as the colour changes, the little spots that are on there change as well, but in the opposite direction. The colour repeats every 1.5 meters. So if you want to do something fancy, then you can cut them as, either just under or just over 1.5 meters, and then you can get almost like a Bargello effect out of them as well. It's very, very clever stuff. So these are available as the quilt kits, and they've got a pretty good discount on them, I think. Let me just go and have a little look. Yes, was $29.99, because they do come with a pattern as well. Who's missed the apostrophes out on my website? That'll be Emma. Gonna get her to sort that. She has, it's just there's no apostrophe in I'm very annoyed about that. I'll get her to fix it. So these ones should be $29.99 as a quilt kit. They are down to $19.99. These rolls on their own now are $15.99, so you're getting that for £4, and they're usually $9.99. And then you get the pattern as well, remember, so you are getting an absolute steal on them. Let me just go and grab everybody else. No, Gail's there. Splendid. I do like to check just in case you've wheeled off.
Yeah,
Gail has a tendency to just and then reappear.
I'm in the vicinity and I am listening.
Excellent.
Even if I just do disappear away.
Okay,
I can't
so
move. There's so much stuff around me. Sorry.
You what?
I said I can't move. I have to get up every now and again and move some of the stuff, because it's all round me.
Oh, have you boxed yourself in this time?
Yeah, I have.
Right, Sarah, do you fancy another 5 minutes
So do
or
just
so?
a really quick demo with what
Perfect.
I did with the braid, yeah?
And then, Gail, did you have a little demo you wanted to share as well? Or not particularly?
I can do a little something.
Perfect. Well, we'll go to Sarah, we'll then go to you, and then we should be just about good for time.
Yeah.
So, let me go, who are we going first? White Gecko, there you go. And it's over to you.
Hello, my lovelies. So just remembering there's that code. Lots of you have found it. My laptop over there has been pinging.
Still there.
There is a code for our birthday. I'm going to leave it on till midnight tonight. It's just 1010 and then BDAY all together as one bit. You put that in at checkout. That will come off any of the things I showed you earlier on the Secret Sewing Club section on the website, but it also come off anything else on the website as well. Not gift vouchers and classes and stuff, not that, but products on the website. But yeah, I'll just quickly go to the overhead and I'll show you. So I finished off that little bit of the braid with the triangles that I had. So you've got that really lovely, and it works really well in these fabrics. This is the new golden fabrics I was using. And then what I've done is I've cut just some 2.5-inch strips from some of the coordinating fabrics. And how I would do it, I would make this into a little table centerpiece. So I'd maybe board either side with a green one, like this sort of slightly more solid. I mean, it's a scroll, it's stunning, really, really pretty. I've also cut a strip of the wave as well, which I think would be nice down the center. And then with the other colorway, which was the brown one, I haven't finished this yet, so I'm not going to sew it together because I haven't finished it. But then I probably put another green one in like that and put another braid, and you'd get this really lovely sort of table center, table run a bit for your table. You could then cut these down into, once I'd sewn them all together. You could also then cut these down into placemats. You could have like matching placemats or front of a bag, any project wallets, anything you like. Obviously, you ended up with a what's the word? Diagonal cut on the end. So I would just trim this off. I would just straighten that up. Just trim that off. And like I said, I'm not going to do it because I will actually finish this one. But trim that off on the end to make it square,
Sarah,
and then just
that bit that you chopped off, or would in theory chop off the top end. Could that be stitched on the bottom end to make that end straight?
Yes, it would. Yeah, if you chop this bit off here, you could then, rather than chop off that bit, you could put that little bit there. It would fit in here and continue the pattern. So you could straighten that bit up if you wanted to, rather than having two bits of scrap. You're basically using the scrap bit on the bottom. Yeah, good idea, hon.
You're welcome.
So,
bye-bye.
but yeah, you could just use. I'm using the long quarter bundle, just playing around with it. But I've used four of them, 4 of the 12. And I've already got a really big piece. You could make an incredible quilt with this. You don't have to add these. This could be binding. This would be really pretty binding, like that along the edge of something as well. So play around with it. I also did cut some 2.5-inch strips so that you can also play around and make bigger blocks if you wanted to. So again, did the strip set just like we did previously. Hang on, where is it? There it is. Made that strip set, cut it in half diagonally, and then I've got 2 of them, and then you can put these together so that you've got opposites like that, and again makes a really interesting quilt block. Okay, so that's just from using 2.5-inch squares. You get almost like a pinwheel happening there. You could have them with the same colors like that as well, so you've got sort of almost like big V's, big chevrons and all happening. This would work really, really well either with that jelly roll. You wouldn't even have to cut any strips then. You could just use the jelly roll of this new golden, or any jelly rolls you've got, or those lovely strips that Hayley was just showing you. Because they're ombre, you can cut them down into sections and you'd still get a lot of pattern happening rather than it being having to cut individual strips. It would work really well. You could alternate them, with like the white and then that ombre one that she was showing you, white and ombre, and do that kind of thing. The same as a rail fence that we're talking about. So a rail fence would be like that one way, and then like that, and you just alternate them, and then you go horizontal, vertical. Or you could do that. So put them to just swap them over. So you've still got that rail fence look, but you've got little blips of color happening as well, which creates really interesting here. Would actually create almost like a pinwheel in between them. So it's a variation of a rail fence, because you've got that strong diagonal and horizontal, but your background plays around. So there's lots and lots of things that you can do with simple strip sets. They are literally just, as you saw, straight line sewing, cut them up, and you can create really, really interesting patterns. They don't have to go horizontal. You could just do them like this. You get these big, long, like sort of elongated diamonds with strips running through it. So many variations of from a simple strip set. Jelly rolls, Gail's, not Gail's, Hayley's strip rolls, the 12-meter ones are incredible for things like that. So I'm just going to do a really quick recap then, because like I said, I don't want to stitch that one together because I want to finish it and actually have a finished project for a change. It means I'd have to unpick them. So we've got the Delphine Brooks panels down to £6. There are hardly any left. There's lots and lots of you have been getting them. So there's the Impala, there's the Lion, They're all exactly the same. You get all of those fabrics which you'll use for your applique bit and then your panel. They're just different designs. So I love the line. He's very majestic looking. You've got that beautiful elephant there. You've got a rhino who's super cute. Really, it looks like he's smiling. He's quite a happy rhino. And then that lovely zebra as well. Okay, no giraffes left, I'm afraid. We've got a couple, again, it really is just a couple of these left now. I think there's one left of this and 2 of the boutiques. There's 13 fat quarters there for £30 with a pattern. And then again, that's the Alison Glass one. You've got 13 fat quarters there with the pattern. Doesn't have to be used for that pattern. You could do anything with the fat quarters that you normally use fat quarters for. They're down to £30. Couple left of the little Christmas panel. Really, really pretty. I think this would be perfect to make be like a wall hanging, you know, sort of grown-up wall hanging, or on your door or something if you decorate up for Christmas. I think it would make a stunning advent calendar if you want to make your own advent. Cut these out, make these your pockets just on a plain red or something, or a plain cream. They'd really stand out. Chuck some rickrack round there, make it all Scandi. Yeah, really, really beautiful little designs on this. I think this, I love that one actually. That's gorgeous. That one just there with that Christmas tree and the little sheep underneath, little angel at the top. These would be brilliant as well. If you're polycraftual and you do paper craft and stuff as well, you could cut these out and just put these on cards, Christmas cards, because they'd be really, really pretty little designs, very grown-up designs. So there's a few left of those. And then there's those lovely, lovely stitching strip rolls. There's the mixed metallic. There's the chambray one, which looks nothing when it's on screen like that. It really doesn't do the beauty of the fabric justice at all. But I made a bargello, spiral bargello with that one, and it's gorgeous. And if you want a little bit of total fantasy, there's the night table, which is yummy. Just all mushrooms and fairy houses. And these are 5 inches wide. So it just means you've got more of that design that you can see. You know, you can cut your own sort of charm packs out of this. You know, those done and then done. It's like a shadow quilt design. Beautiful for, you know, a little one's reading corner or their bedroom or something. Really, really pretty. And then all the coordinates. So I'm gonna finish there so that Gail's got time to do her demo. I did have a look for the Manx. I couldn't find it, lovely. So I will put a link up for how to finish Manx because somebody was asking earlier about it. But yeah, that's cool. That's great. Get all the buttons. Ah, fair enough. Yes, absolutely.
Oh. Right, I am indeed. Thank you. Are you all with me? Right. So there's not a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is the little Santa, okay, with the pocket in the back, and the snowman, and the Christmas pudding. Okay. What I'll do is on Wednesday, if you look at my Facebook page and the thread design every Wednesday at 6 p.m. I do a demo. So what I'll do is I'll demo the pocket cushions on Wednesday. So if anybody's bought the pocket cushion and the discount that's on them, I leave that on all week so that you can still have the discount on them. And I'll demo these on Wednesday. So don't panic. As there's so many new people that have joined today as well, there's something else. It's a little bit lastminute.com, but I did a demo on Wednesday for Remembrance Wreath. As I just dropped the poppy off there, I put a pin on the back of the poppy so I could wear it, but it can also go as a cluster in the middle of the cross. See, I can't work out which way to turn that to the camera. And also I'll show you in a second. On the overhead, there's another wreath as well with the soldier on there. And the reason I'm showing you this is because they're free on my website. So you can download the templates and all the requirements for the wreaths, you know, because it is that time of year. There was a demo live last Wednesday, so that will be on Facebook for 30 days, so you can watch that back, and there's a demo for it. So I know we talked about the stocking kits. I think the reindeer has gone. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't checked, but a load of you have bought the stocking kits. So there was the 3 that are half price. I'm just going to do a little demo on the stocking for you, so so you know how to make it. So I just change the camera. So all of the stockings are made in a similar way. They look quite complex on the front with all the bits and pieces, but they're all quite easy. And if we look at the back, you can see it's joined with 2 pieces of fabric. So I'm just going to show you how simple this is. So you're going to, in your pattern, it'll explain to you, right, these are teeny tiny pieces, so I can explain to you easier. It tells you which fabric to cut and then how to join them. So you're literally going to cut a rectangle of red and a rectangle of white, and you're going to join it together. So you can see, there we go, I've joined it together. And then you're going to take your template, if only I could find it, and you're going to pop it onto your fabric, and then you're going to cut out the shape. And what you'll end up with is something like this, which is huge at the moment. Can you see that? So it's huge. So you've got your stocking bit and your top bit. And then what we're going to do is you're going to add decoration to this. But then when we come to the end, okay, you're going to have your other 2 pieces that are joined. And then you're going to lay the one that's got all the decoration onto the one that you haven't cut out, joining your seams here. And then you're going to sew the 2 of them together. So you can see how easy it is to assemble. You're not going to struggle to join seams or worry about going around curves or anything, because you're going to add the cutout one to the background one. And the cutout one that you've got, it's all in individual pieces, so really easy to make. If we bring the Santa one in, what did I do with it? Do you know, I had it here a minute. Those stockings are huge. How can I put them down and not know where they are? Right. It's unbelievable,
because,
isn't it?
Gail, I guarantee that your room is very much like my room, and there's a nice little clean bit that the camera can see, and then the whole remainder of it is chaos.
Well, do you know what I always say, Hayley? If somebody broke in here, right, I wouldn't know. If they came in and raided it and I walked back in, I still wouldn't know. They'd probably have to tidy it up. So, not that I'm wishing anybody to break in, but yeah, it is a little bit carcass. But I think that's the same for everybody, for all of us. You know, I think if you're creative, that's my excuse. If you're creative, then you're more interested in making things than you are tidying.
Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, anyway, you've got a couple of guard dogs. I'm sure they'll make a racket.
Yeah. Whippets are ferocious animals. I'm sure they'll see everybody off. And right, so
they'll just be sleeping, won't they? They'll be like, huh?
Yeah, they're all curled up. They'd just be like, they'd wave them in. They'd just be like, snacks. Anybody got snacks? If they give them snacks, they'd welcome them in. So we cut a little face piece out, and then we just applique it on. We can add a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for, like blusher and whatever, to make to give him cheeks. So we're just going to do a little zigzag stitch around there. And then for the top piece, I've done this in green ribbon, but in your kit you'll have the lovely stripy ribbon. We're just going to sew a strip of ribbon in both directions. And then it all looks really flash, but we're going to put a little crisscross in there, just a little stitch in the middle. Then we're going to bring all these ends in together like so. So all of a sudden it looks like we've got a really nice bow. In your kit, you're going to have all the little embellishments to put in there. So that's what gives us this really nice bow in the middle. Again, you see, all simple. Then for his beard and his hat trim, for those of you who've never seen me do this before, the rest of you already know, I have a tendency to put fabric together, 2 layers of fabric together. I pin my template to the fabric and then I sew around the pattern. I don't cut things out. I sew around the paper pattern, makes it so much easier. Then I tell you to make a little slit in there and turn it through. So if you can see here, this would be the end of the piece here. And then I've made a slit and I'm going to turn it through. This gives me my lovely hat brim. I've done the same. Do you have to
clip any of the seams to be
No,
able to get those curves through? Or because it's fleece, is it a bit more forgiving?
Yeah, because it's fleece, it's really forgiving because it's got a bit of a stretch in there. So sometimes I'll do a little clip into the corner, but a lot of the time it's not necessary. And then for the moustache, same thing. I mean, it would be really super tricky to sew this shape and that if I'd cut the pieces out, but because I'm just sewing around the paper, it makes it so much easier. Again, I make an incision and turn through. And you can see I've done that here, turned it through. Then I've got this lovely moustache. I put a little bit of a top stitch on there to add a little bit of detail. And then once the stocking is assembled, I add these pieces. But I'm just going to add them onto here so you can see that all of a sudden he takes shape. You'll have the hat piece, so that will cover the seam there. You'll have the moustache that goes in there nicely in your kit. You're going to have the nose. You're going to have 2 black beads for the eyes. And then all of a sudden, your little Santa is coming together nicely. We can see him. In the kit as well, you're going to have a half sheet of glitter felt. With a full alphabet. So in your pattern, you've got a full alphabet in there. So you can personalize to your heart's content. Put a lovely name in there. You've also got the templates to make the holly, and you've got the little pom-poms for the berries. So every single thing is in there, including the lining. And when we come to line, I'm just going to quickly show you so you know. Again, using your templates, you're going to cut the lining. Okay, so you've got your lining pieces. You're going to stitch this together, leaving the top edge open, and you're going to leave a space down the side. Okay, you're going to leave that open on the side. It does show it in the pattern. So you stitch all that together, and then you're going to put the stocking inside the outer stocking. So you've sewn your 2 stocking pieces together and trimmed back. You're going to put your inner inside your outer, matching the right sides together. So you'll see you've got raw edges on the inside now, and you've got raw edges on the outside. And then you're just going to sew around the top. Then we can pull that piece out. You use this technique for any stocking that you're making to line it nicely. And then we're going to turn through the opening that you left. Okay, so we're going to pop this through the opening.
I must say, Gail, I'm very impressed with the mini versions.
Oh yeah, well,
so you can see everything. It's brilliant.
Yeah, they fit into the camera so much easier. And I think with this stocking pattern, right? If you think of it, you've got the pattern and you've got all the templates. So you could make these plain if you wanted. So if you just wanted to make stockings for your dog, you could make them out of just plain fleece. You could put the dog's name on there. You've got the full alphabet in there, haven't you? And you've got some holly in that. So you could just do a little bit of decoration on there. You don't have to go full all out. But I think once you've got the pattern and you've got the instructions of how to line it, you can see now what I would do is I would sew up the opening. Depends how obsessed you are. I would sew that up by hand because I like a neat finish, but you could just run it down with the machine. And then you'll tuck that inside and your stocking is beautifully lined. And then what you can do if you wanted, you could run a little top stitch around the edge or not. I'll leave that.
I would definitely recommend that, having done similar things that have got a lining, especially if the lining is a different fabric to the outer.
Yeah.
I think it just stops it rolling.
It stops it rolling. Yeah, it stops it rolling. And also, if you're giving this to a child or whatever, and they're going to have they can have loads of gifts and that in there, and if they've stuffed all the gifts right down to the bottom, and then they're pulling all the gifts out from the bottom, then it will stop it rolling. And you can see with the snowman one, I've put the name at the top. So you could put the name at the bottom if you wanted. And with the snowman kit, again, you get everything in there, all the glitter felts, all the snowflakes, the white glitter felt for the name, again, full alphabet in there. They are big stockings, and the reason they're big is I want lots of presents in there. I don't want a little piddling little toy in there. I want a ram pack.
We did a stocking pattern this year as well, and I gave it to Imogen to do, and I said, okay, the brief is it's got to at least fit a box of Maltesers in, and the one she made was so huge. It was like one of them family packs would have fit in, no problem.
Yeah, no, but you need a nice big pack. So when you do get your pattern, okay, you'll notice that it comes on A3 sheets. Okay, so it's a big one, and then what you're going to have to do is, it clearly says on there's a join line, so you will have to join the two pieces together because it is a big stocking. But like you say, we want a nice big stocking for Christmas. Right. So there's, like I said, nothing wrong with the kits, just I need to clear a little bit of space before Sewing Street on the 11th. Oh yeah, must mention it, I think. I'm just going to move back. Must mention it that Sarah's on the 10th and I'm on the 11th.
Oh, and I'm on the 14th. We've all compressed in there. Now, hang on one second, young lady, because I do have a couple. I'm going to put everybody back up so we can see everybody, and then Sarah can join in with the chats. But I do have a couple of people with some comments/questions. So okay. Sandra says her greyhounds would probably lick an intruder to death. And Laura says you have changed everything for her. The tip to sew around the pattern on the fleece and cut the slit and turn it right way out makes things much easier. You've changed everything for her.
Oh, bless. we like to keep things easy for people.
So I think have I done. I know there was a sound issue before. There was a couple of people saying that it was something to do with the camera. The whole thing had gone off. Fixed it. All good now. Gail, did you get the lady who was looking for? Yes, you have. No, there was a lady looking for something on your website, but I think, Sarah, you may have responded to that one and put a link up.
For her. Yeah.
Just like to make sure everybody's questions are covered before we disappear.
Thank you, Sarah.
I'll quickly check on YouTube. No more questions on YouTube. We are all good. Splendid. And just about on time. So well done us. Well done us. So the next one, let me just double check what the date is for the next one. It will be in December because we only do once a month, and it's always the first Sunday of every month. So that's Sunday the 7th. Oh, see, it's doing weird things this today. Don't know what it's doing, but luckily we're nearly done, so that'll give me a chance to sort it out.
I was going to say, I will be here on Wednesday evening because I've been streaming the quilt along.
Oh,
the quilt
yes.
by me.
Yes.
On Secret Sewing Club as well. So the next one is on Wednesday at 7. So
perfect.
If you're on the Sewing Club page, it'll be on there as well as our own YouTube as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday with number 3.
Perfect. And thank you for joining us today, Gail. You're a little kind of. We didn't have a Nicola. I don't know if you saw what I did on the because usually it's the three of us. So I just crossed her out and put.
Was it like
I'll put you down as a special guest instead.
I'm special.
No, she is back on the 7th of December with us. So please do join us again then, and I'm sure we'll have lots of lovely projects. And hopefully by then, all of this stuff that's in here will be shifted to work. because there's ceiling shenanigans. That's still not fixed yet.
Oh, they're finally fixing your ceiling.
Yes, they're finally fixing
Good.
the ceiling.
No.
So I'm going to take all of this to work, and we'll hopefully we'll do that forward from there.
Hurrah.
So all good. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Gail, and thank you very much, Sarah, for
That's all right.
you have to come. You don't get a choice. She has to come. That's the rules. You don't, but we do appreciate that you did. So yes, we'll see you all again. As we said, Gail is on. Hang on, which order is it? 10th. Sarah on the 10th.
Me on the 10th on Sewing Street.
Gail on the 11th. Me on the 14th. So there's quite a little run of us. Quite a little run of us. Can't get rid of us. But yeah, then after that, I don't think I'm in that kind of limbo week. You know, between Christmas and New Year.
I think I'm on the 17th of December. I've got the 10th of November, and then we go straight into our retreats then. And then I've got, Secret Sewing on the 7th, and then the 17th of December for Sewing Street again. So,
Wow.
Me.
That's me done for the year. I won't be going back.
You
on
sensible lady. Sensible lady.
Need to lie down in a darkened room.
Yeah, well, if a chance would be a fine thing, wouldn't it?
I need to tidy up is what I need to do.
Oh
Hayley.
yeah, but that's no fun, is it?
oh, the mess there. Just raw. It's
Yeah.
not good.
No, I think what you don't see is it's lovely. There's always a lovely background, and then you can see the little square that we demonstrate in, and then the rest is just piles of chaos.
Chaos everywhere.
It is indeed.
But never mind. Thank you very much, ladies, and we'll hopefully
Thank
see
you,
you again
Emily.
another time on A Secret Sewing, Gail. We might have you just as a random special guest.
I would love that. Thank you, Hayley.
Excellent. All right, guys.